Hello there. My name is Sometimes Heather and I play Oblivion. Let's load a game. We are going to, today, teach Burd how to close an Oblivion Gate. I think this is the save we want to load. Yes. Well, hopefully. Before we get started, really today is the day I charge my mouse instead of my keyboard. There we go. Hopefully I won't need it much. So, what does our quest log say? Trevor told me that an Oblivion Gate has opened near Bruma, and the Countess has asked for the Blades to help her guardsmen to close it. I should find Captain Burd outside the city walls and help him close the gate. So today we should start with that. The gate in question is located right around there, close to Wildlife Stables. Let's fast travel because I'm lazy. As we reach the gate, we find a group of Bruma guards outside it.
Thanks for coming. Since we had the hero of Kvatch available, I didn't think it made sense to try this on our own the first time.
Smart thinking, Burd.
We're ready when you are. Just say the word and we'll follow you into that hell-spawned gate.
Well, let's go then.
All right, give me a minute to talk to the men. Everyone's a bit jumpy right now.
So we should listen to what Burd has to say.
All right, boys, listen up. We've got to close that gate over there. Nobody likes the idea of going into that thing, but it's our job, and we're going to do it. If we don't, Bruma ends up a smoking pile of rubble, like what happened at Kvatch. And that's not going to happen here, not while I'm captain of the guard. Boor, Soren, you're with me. The rest of you stay outside and kill anything that comes out of that gate.
Pretty hostile.
Let's show these bastards how we do things in Bruma.
Damn right.
Yeah.
We're with you, Captain.
So
far, so good.
but as we enter the
Stay
gate
sharp.
is an essential character, so he cannot die. The other two, however, might lose their lives. We can, if we so
So
choose,
far, so good.
do our best to protect them, but we don't have to. Oh, you're persistent, let's go. So, where do we need to go?
So far, so good.
In the Plains of Oblivion, your target is always the big tower with the lights on. Sometimes there are many smaller towers, and those things work as a kind of sort of decoy. God. So, you shouldn't mind about these small towers, but only the big tower with set lights on. How do we get there? Let's try this bridge. The bridge ends in a puddle of lava, so we shouldn't enter. Lava doesn't kill you immediately, so it is possible to like jump over to the other side and then go up from here, but the game wants you to go around, so we should go around. There's a trap, mind the trap.
Stay sharp.
Did I look at what I looked at? Well, no I didn't. If you happen to accidentally become a vampire and wish to get rid of the curse, you need 2 blood crosses. So make certain you always have those handy. You can't find those in many places outside Oblivion Gates. It's possible, yes, but also a huge nuisance if you need them quickly. I don't think I can like quite reach that scamp with my bow. I'm going to try him. No. The trick is to aim a little bit higher than the target's height, like, right? Oh, Burd, now is not the time to play heroes. Whatever. As usual, we are drinking coffee. Almost went down the wrong pipe. That was some advanced caffeine. Okay, let's continue. I pressed myself there. Hitting a moving target isn't that easy, actually. You need to perfectly calculate where that target is going to go and how fast.
Look out! I've got that one.
Tomorrow.
You're pathetic.
That was a bit hostile there, Burd. Base ring of fireworking. Resist fire on sound. Thanks. Sometimes tremoras hold keys. And if you see a key on them, always pick it up because you will need it.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm!
Look out!
Also, these guys often have potions and scrolls, so do loot them. You don't, of course, need to take everything they have, but sometimes they hold valuable items that can help you on your travels. Where's the door? I thought we had lost a friend, but meaning still alive. We have reached the tower. Let's enter.
I've got that one.
Oh, there's an enemy.
I've got that one. I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm! Ha! Get the best you can do.
You're pathetic!
No keys.
Watch out!
Stay sharp.
You'll never take me down!
Too slow.
Ha! You'll never take me down.
Shooting into a pile of gods like that is
Stay sharp.
far too scary.
Oh. Do your worst.
There's a very high chance that you will meet your friends, and that's, well, that's not nice. Uncertain of which door to use. This takes us to rending halls and this one also takes us to rending halls. I'm going to take this one because it looks more inviting somehow. Could be the placement, maybe there was something in the car.
So far, so good.
Doubtful. But still. And you want to find a path that goes upward. Always upward. Ever upward. There are traps in these towers, and we want to avoid getting hurt. That one goes down, it returns to the entry hall. That looked scary, and there was a trap. I'm guessing we go through here. Path goes up, so no. No, path. Use the word path twice in the same sentence. If you've played Alien Isolation, you will be quite alarmed at this point. In that game, whenever you saw a, like, drizzle of liquid, you knew that you were about to get attacked from above. There was, by the way, a huge trap there. Which is why it is smart to sneak through the towers. Where do we go then? Guys, don't stand there. Honestly. No. Go here. And then, door to fuel spike. Oh, that's probably an enemy. My green arrow in this quest shows the location of Burd, not my desired destination, so to speak. So down to corridors of dark salvation, we must go there. We can choose either path, both go up. That is not an enemy, but a container full of water. One can never be too careful. Base ring of agility, fortify agility on self. Take just in case. Ooh, Grand Soul Gem. Wonderful. Let's continue upward.
Stay sharp. Look out! Look out! I've got that one. Here comes a... stay sharp. Look out!
Calm down, Dad.
Oh.
Oh god, friends have taken care of a scamp. That was brave of you boys. Let's continue on to the large tower. Now we need to find
Stay sharp.
a key. I suppose this door has it.
You're pathetic.
Afraid.
What's the matter? Getting tired?
Load the corpse and take Citral key. And then we can use that to open door to Sigillum Sanguis. Burd and I have reached the Citral Stone Chamber. Now to close the gate. There's always more enemies in
I've got that one.
these chambers, but luckily we have Burd and his friends to help us. Bow of Shocking. Shock damage on strike. I'm just going to take that.
Join my trophy thing.
Almost killed one of the guard.
I've got that one. Die, cur! Someone's been murdered. I've got that one.
I didn't notice that before. If we're holding a bow or other kind of a weapon we do spells with only one hand. Cute. And now that all the enemies are or have been dealt with, we can show Burd how to close the gate. Look, Burd, this is how you close the gate. You take the Citral Stone, like this. Did you see that, Burd? The gate crumbling animation is actually really cool. It wasn't that cool in the original Oblivion. I have closed the gate with Captain Burd. I should ask him if he needs any more help from me. But there you are.
It was an honor to serve with you, ma'am. Now that I've seen how it's done, I think my guardsmen and I can handle any new gates that open near Bruma. I've got that one.
Thanks.
You did it, Captain. You closed the Oblivion Gate. We didn't think we'd ever see you alive again.
Believe me, it was no picnic. But thanks to our friend here, I now know we can close these hell gates. We can defend Bruma.
Sadly, we have lost both of the Bruma guards who followed us into the gate. Sorry. So, now we need
I
to...
don't have time for you.
speak with someone at Cloudruler Temple. Let's... I think it was Joffrey who sent us on this mission, so we must return the quest to him.
Have you helped? Good work. Captain Burd and his guardsmen should be able to handle any additional gates, at least for now. But the Bruma Guard cannot defend the city indefinitely.
That's true.
The Daedra of Oblivion are innumerable. The guardsmen of Bruma are not. We need to gather what allies we can before Bruma is hopelessly besieged. If the Mythic Dawn manages to open a great gate here, the city will need a stronger garrison for there to be any hope of defending it. You should speak to the rulers of the other cities of Cyrodiil, as well as the Elder Council. Ask them to send aid to Bruma before it is too late.
What else can I do to help?
Martin made some progress on the Mysterium Xarxes while you were gone. You should speak to him about it.
Let's...
You should speak to the rulers of Cyrodiil as soon as possible. The danger to Bruma is growing by the day.
So this starts the quest Allies for Bruma. Or was it 8 for Bruma? Allies for Bruma. And that requires us to speak with all the Counts and Countesses in the large cities of Tamriel. We need to go to Corol, and Kvatch, and Anvil, and Skinclad, and Bravil, and Leowin, and Shadenhall, and also Imperial City. If we so choose. We don't actually have to. But that means that there will be less help at a certain point of the main quest, and that might make things a little bit more difficult for us. So I do recommend getting at least some allies during this stage. But first, before we venture out to close more gates, let's ask Martin if he needs help.
I figured out another item needed for the ritual, to open the portal to Cameron's paradise. The second item is the counterpart to the first, the blood of a divine. This was a terrible puzzle to me. Unlike the Daedra Lords, the gods have no artifacts, and do not physically manifest themselves in our world. How then to obtain the blood of a god? But Joffrey solved it. The blood of Tiber Septim himself, who became one of the divines. This is a secret remembered only by the Blades, passed down from one Grand Master to the next. Joffrey should tell it to you himself. Be sure to speak to Joffrey about the armor of Tiber Septim. I'll continue my study of the Mysterium Xarxes.
Let's see if there are any more books on Martin's desk. Have we read Glories and Events? I think so. Alright, let's speak to Joffrey about blood of the divine. Children is there.
Hail!
So, Martin wants you to recover the armor of Tiber Septim. I wish there was another way. The armor is in the shrine of Tiber Septim, in the catacombs beneath the ruins of Sancre Tor, a holy place once. But Sancre Tor became evil long ago. No one has returned from the shrine of Tiber Septim for many lifetimes.
What evil lurks in Sancre Tor?
I do not know. The catacombs of Sancre Tor were sealed by the first Grand Master of the Blades. The four mightiest blades of Tiber Septim's day, Elaine, Valdemar, Relus, and Kaznar, went to Sancre Tor and never returned. Here, this is the key to Sancre Tor's outer door.
How convenient.
I fear I am sending you to your death, but we have no other choice. You must succeed.
Tell me more about this armor.
An ancient relic of the first emperor, who became the divine Talos, the patron of our order. After the Battle of Sancre Tor, Tiber Septim gave his armor to the Blades in honor of our role in his victory. The Blades built a shrine in the catacombs of Sancre Tor, on the spot where Tiber Septim received the blessing of Akatosh. The armor has been there ever since. Before evil came to Sancre Tor, this shrine was a place of pilgrimage for all Blades. But no one has visited the shrine and lived to tell the tale in centuries.
So, we shall
May
do that
Talos
then.
guide you.
Go to Sancre Tor and return. So, I think visiting Sancre Tor is more interesting than closing a lot of gates, so let's do that. But first we need to make a pit stop at Frost Crack because I feel my inventory is a little bit full. A smarter person would organize their things, but I'm just going to dump everything in one container and sort it out later. Oh, shocking, don't need that, don't need this, don't need those. And arrows. I want to leave those because who knows, I might want to use them. Do I need a lightning staff? No, I don't. These rings I don't necessarily need, so I'm just going to dump them. Circlet of value, don't remember what that is, don't need those. I wish there was a way to store all of your alchemy ingredients at once. Soul gems are surprisingly heavy. I'm going to hold on to some of them. Especially the ones that are filled, because they can be or will be used to charge weapons. Do we need the Mythic Dawn commentaries? No, we don't. Much better. Now, I need more coffee and then we shall travel to Sancre Tor. But how? I will think about that when I'm gone. One. I have returned. And I have also decided we shall travel here and walk from there. It should be relatively convenient because there are roads that can take us to our destinations with a minimum amount of hassle. This one looks so pretty. Almost in the picture. So we're going that way. Game froze for a moment. I thought we were crashing, but no, we didn't crash. I see an Oblivion Gate. Let's stay far away from it. "800 steps to go." Is this the easiest path to reach Sancre Tor? Probably not. I just felt like taking the shortest path, which is always just going in a straight line toward the quest marker. Sometimes you end up finding a route, and then sometimes you just find yourself stuck on the mountain side. And I do mean that literally because you can actually get stuck inside the textures in Oblivion. If that happens, open console and type in TCL. And after you have gotten yourself unstuck, open the console again and retype TCL. That toggles collision on and off. We found the road. Yay. Some roads are marked on the map, but the smaller ones aren't, so you need to kind of sort of like remember where they are, and that really does make traveling by foot a lot more convenient. Yeah, seriously, I did nothing.
Oh, what's the...
Needed to think whether I still need toothpicks. I do. My other character already has her skeleton key, but they is still tiny and Nocturnal will not yet speak with us. So surprising. Well, isn't that nice? It also looks very cold. We are almost at our destination. Where did that fireball come from? There's an Oblivion Gate, but can they like spit fire so far away? So let's save game and figure out which is the smartest way to approach this thing. Sancre Tor's exterior is guarded by undead enemies. There are skeletons and wraiths and I think even the odd leech. Let's tread carefully. Now, where is the door? I've been here so many times I can't count that far, and I still find it difficult to actually locate the entrance. Is this the door? This is the door. I have found the entrance to the catacombs of Sancre Tor. I should search them for the shrine of Tiber Septim. Let's enter. Here we find more undead enemies. When shooting ghosts, you are very likely to lose an arrow because ghosts don't have like a physical form, right? So arrows go straight through them. Enemies in Sancre Tor are relatively easy, but there are traps that can kill you instantaneously, so do save of them. Two ghosts. No ghosts. The game leads us to our first mission. We find an undead blade, and as we kill it, a ghost appears who will lead us to the central chamber of Sancre Tor. Let's loot the corpse and follow him. On this one we find the amulet of the unseen fortified block on the self, our arrows, and next to him an ancient blade's shield and an ancient Akavir katana. The ghost went this way. Old wooden door to Sancre Tor entryway. Ghost of Reals. Giant door to Sancre Tor, tomb of the Roman emperors. As we enter, the ghost kneels next to a short tunnel where a strong wind blows at us. If we try to enter, we are blocked. I have found the shrine of Tiber Septim. Its entrance is blocked by some kind of enchantment. I will have to find some way to dispel the enchantment in order to reach the armor inside the shrine. So in order to stop the wind, we need to find 3 more ghosts.
At long last, you have freed me. Now, I can finally complete my lord's last request.
Who are you?
I was Realus, loyal blade of Emperor Tiber Septim. I do not know how long I have been dead. It feels like an eternity.
What happened to you?
My 3 companions and I were sent here by the Emperor Tiber Septim to discover what evil had defiled the holy catacombs of Sancre Tor. We did not know that the Underking, who was here in Artis, had risen to take his first revenge upon his former lord. The Underking defeated and ensnared us in his evil enchantment, and bound us here to guard forever the defiled shrine of Tiber Septim.
Is the Underking still here?
He departed long ago, but his evil will remains, preventing any from paying homage at the shrine of Tiber Septim. Over the uncounted years of our slavery here, we have brooded over our defeat. I believe that we can undo the Underking's evil magic. I go now to complete my duty to my lord, Tiber Septim. Free my brothers, and together we may be able to lift the Underking's curse. Farewell.
If we speak with the ghost when he first appears, we get the same conversation and the same result, but I wanted to show you why we need to free their spirits. So, now our map conveniently shows us where to go. First, we shall go here to Hall of Judgment. Our next target waits around here. Not that far away. Something saw us. Another ghost. I think we go this way. These enemies, the ghosts of former blades, are quite powerful, so if you let them attack, they might hurt you. So again, best to save often. I hope you can't hear my stomach grumbling. I'm hungry. "28 arrows left. Undead Blade. There. I have destroyed the second of the cursed blades guarding Sancre Tor, freeing his spirit to help his companions lift the Underking's enchantment from the shrine of Tiber Septim. Really long sentence. I should continue to search for the other two Undead Blades. Before we do that, loot corpse. Two of these, I think it was two, have a named weapon. This is one of them. Meshaxi's Cleaver. Take. These are enchanted weapons which you can't find anywhere else in the game. Disintegrate armor on strike. Not too shabby, as they say. Now, where do we go and how? Let's return to the entry hall and find our next destination. Go on. Sometimes they just stop. Strangely, walking into them will help them remember that they actually need to move. Just another Oblivion being Oblivion moment. Unlike us, ghosts can walk through walls. Good turned around. Is this the entry hall? No, this is catacombs. So our next target waits here. Closer than expected, actually. Hey. I have destroyed the third of the cursed blades guarding Sancre Tor. I need to find and destroy the last of the cursed blades, so that his freed spirit can help the ghosts of his companions dispel the evil enchantment blocking the way to the shrine of Tiber Septim. This one holds the second unique weaponate North Wind. This one deals frost damage on strike. If someone was surprised, I am surprised. Because that is a very... Is it depictive name? Oh, sneak mastery increased. Stepping softly, hiding in the shadows, you do everything in your power to remain undetected. You have become a journeyman of sneaking. You now move more quietly even when running and wearing heavy boots. Cha. The weight of your armor, especially shoes, affects how quietly you can move. I think that's a really nice touch. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. Another one? Where? Confused and afraid. Seriously, how did you see me? These tunnels are all connected, so it is possible to find all the undead blades without going to the entry hall, but that's a little bit too much of a challenge for my spatial awareness and sense of direction. Right. Our last target waits for us in the prison. Here we also find another named enemy who is, or can be, a little bit difficult to slay because a lot of it moves. Before we can enter the prison wing, we need a key. The key can be found on the warden. If you're good at lockpicking or have the patience for it, you can, of course, pick the lock, but it's easier and more convenient to just use the key. So the prison is a little bit of a maze. Finding the last undead blade can prove a little bit tricky, but do not despair, he is somewhere in here. A minimap would be so helpful here. Just good. Do we go here? Let's try. Our target, I think, is down there. So we must also go down. There you all of the cursed blades of Sancre Tor have been destroyed. Their freed spirits have gone to the shrine of Tiber Septim to try to dispel the enchantment laid upon it by the Underking long ago. I should go to the shrine at once to see if they succeed in their final quest. But before we do, on this last blade we find a named shield, Valdemar's shield. Also, please get moving. Get moving. Go on. Sure. If we just return to the entry hall, the ghost might just stay there and stare at his former body. So Valdemar's shield reflect damage on self. Also find a chest. Concentrate. Please go that way. Or actually, you can just also go that way. Because you're a ghost.
I know you. You freed me. Free my brothers, if they are still enslaved. Together we will cleanse the shrine of the Underking's foul magic.
Okay, I have freed your brothers. Go on. He is not following me. And the quest won't advance until we get him to go to the entry hall. Please move. Oh. Well. Let's see if he gets moving on his own. The entry hall is there, so I'm going to put another marker on the entrance because I am not good at navigating. The ghost is still not moving. It has moved a little bit. Sometimes pushing helps, sometimes leaving them alone helps, sometimes you need to return and frown at them. Nobody knows what exactly is required. But if your companion fails to follow you, try all of the above. Something is bound to get them to figure out that they are actually needed. Let's go to the tomb and see if there are enough. No, only 3. Well, I guess we have no choice. We must retrace our steps and see where the last ghost is. kinda sorta arriving. In a way. Wow. He's like gotten himself moving all on his own. This is excellent actually. Because now we don't have to force him, we just need to follow him. Wonderful. I think I've had trouble with Valdemar's ghost in the past. He's the one who always seems to resist his destiny. Perhaps there's something wrong with his code. He has found the entry hall. Let's see if he can make his way into the tomb. They're all here now. Yay. Now as the ghosts find their places, the wind quiets down and we are free to claim Tiber Septim's armor. The ghosts of the four-cursed blades have dispelled the evil enchantments on the shrine of Tiber Septim. The way to the armor is now open. No enemies wait. Here we can just go up and claim the armor. I have the armor of Tiber Septim. Now to take it to Martin at Cloud Ruler Temple. Thank you, friends. We can't fast travel from this location. We must first make our way to the courtyard. I have questions. Where is my clairvoyance? I don't usually use clairvoyance, but Sometimes patience just wears thin, and I must ask for guidance. Thoughts like these are the most difficult for me to navigate, so clairvoyance really does help here. Ah, that's better. Now, let's travel to Martin and tell him that we found the armor. Still in awe of the snow. How did they make it so light? Ah, unlike Joffrey and the Blades, Martin never sleeps.
My progress on the Mysterium Xerxes is slow, I'm afraid. How goes your search for the armor of Tiber Septim?
I have the
Septim
armor.
blood may flow through my veins, but you have the soul of a hero. The armor of Tiber Septim himself. Joffrey will be amazed to see it. You can reassure Joffrey that I will not destroy the armor. All I need is a scraping of Talos's divine blood. The Blades are as touchy as priests about relics of Tiber Septim, it seems.
What else can I do to help?
While you were gone, I've made some progress in deciphering the Mysterium Xerxes ritual. The third item we need is a great Welkin stone. You may have run across lesser Welkin stones. They're fairly common in Ayleid ruins. But a great Welkin stone will not be easy to come by. They have been plundered one by one over the years, due to their great value to mages and occultists. There is only one place that is rumored to still contain one. The ruins of the Ayleid city of Miskarkand. A place where many have perished seeking its great stone. But nothing else will do. So you must succeed where all others have failed.
Tell me about Miskarkand.
The capital of one of the ancient Ayleid kingdoms which flourished in Cyrodiil before the rise of men. It is said that the ruins are still haunted by the vengeful spirit of its last king. True or not, it is not a place to enter lightly. Be careful.
And careful we will be.
Be careful, my friend. I know you've braved many dangers already, but Miskarkand is not to be taken lightly.
We shall go to Miskarkand on Friday. For now, I do believe the time has come to say goodbye. For now, I will return on Friday at around 2 p.m. to continue from here, and tomorrow on Thursday we shall play Elder Scrolls Online if they have managed to complete the maintenance. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all later. Galveston.